So, teeth. This looks kinda weird. Wanna learn how to turn these into these? Then let's go! Let's start with the basics. A canine mouth. Teeth are divided into several groups. Canines. The upper ones are usually larger than the lower ones. And the lower canines sit closer to the center. Incisors. 4 straight teeth on the top and bottom, plus 2 small ones on the sides that almost look like mini canines. Premolars. 4 on top and 4 on the bottom, 3 of which are usually smaller. And molars. 3 on the bottom and 2 on the top. Cats have a similar structure, but they have fewer premolars and molars. For a simplified style, I usually draw a scheme like this: canine, mini canine, straight line, mini canine again, and canine. This can be any size and sometimes point slightly outward, depending on the character. Now let's talk about lips. The skull always stays in the same place, but the lips can reveal different parts of the teeth, depending on the expression. I like to draw a rectangle to represent the skull structure under the lips. This helps me understand which part of the teeth will be visible and which part will be covered. Let's break it down a bit more. First, I draw the snout and 2 parallel lines. This is the tooth line. Then I draw the expression on top of it. Now I can clearly see where the gums will be visible and where the teeth will show. Let's go through it once more. I draw the upper jaw and the cheekbone first. That makes it easier to understand where the teeth should sit. For the lower jaw, it's easier to start with the rectangles. Imagine that the jaws open like a treasure chest or a laptop. They always move along a slight arc. A common mistake is when artists skip the construction, and the chin ends up sticking forward too much. These arcs help keep everything under control. And just like that, you can easily apply everything in practice. These are the main concepts about teeth that I personally use. Now let's move on to the tongue. Sometimes the drawing is finished, but the tongue looks too simple. To fix that, you need to add movement and thickness. I will explain that a bit more. From the side, the tongue looks like this: the tongue root and the main body. It's not just a flat shape. The tongue is thicker at the root, and you can also see its thickness along the edges. There are also small bumps where it rests against the lower canines. So once again, a thicker tongue root, visible thickness along the sides, and slight widening toward the tip. You can simplify it into 2 basic shapes: a rectangle and rounded tip. A licking tongue in the simplest form looks like this. You can use that as a base, and then add a few details and slight variations in the shape. From the front view, if the tongue is hidden behind the teeth, it creates a fold-like shape in the foreground. And if the tongue is sticking out, the sides will rest on the other teeth, creating small bumps and folds above the canines. Between the canines, the tongue narrows slightly, almost like it's being squeezed between them, and then it widens again. And that's it. You can use this as a small guide when drawing teeth. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe so you don't miss the new tutorials. See ya!